Downton Abbey, A New Era is the second Downton Abbey movie and it's directed by Simon Curtis, and I'm very excited to give you guys my review for this movie. But real quick before I do, I'd just like to say that if you're new here, welcome, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Help me build a nice community of people here. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this review. So as I said, this is the second Downton Abbey movie, and I'd say I'm a pretty big fan of this franchise. A few years ago, I watched the entire series and really liked it. I had seen bits of it before because my mom was a big fan, but a few years ago I sat down and really watched the whole thing, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked the characters, and the cast was great, and again, the characters in the show are back for this movie, most of them anyway. And when it was announced that they were doing a movie for this series, I was skeptical because I thought it ended well, ended on a high note, and I was just nervous that they were just coming back for the sake of coming back. But I saw the first movie and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the first movie. And again, I was expecting that first movie to be it. It seemed like that was going to be the end with the way they were setting up Maggie Smith's character at the end of that movie. So I thought that was it, and then it was announced they were doing a second movie, and I was once again skeptical. Well, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea, but I watched this one the other day, and I really enjoyed this one as well. It's not quite as good as the first movie, in my opinion, but it was a lot of fun. With these movies, the two movies for me, I feel like they're more focused on just giving the audience a good time. They're more fun. They have drama in it, but they don't go in for the same level as drama as the TV series did. So if you're looking for more of that, you may not get in these two movies. But this one, like the first one, has some drama in it, but it's just more focused on being fun, giving the audience a good watch. And that's what I got with this one. It's sort of got two main plots in this movie. One takes place at Downton Abbey, where a movie is being filmed there, and it's a movie taking place in an era where movies had previously been silent films but were moving to sound. So it's sort of exploring the changes with that and how that affected the actors in that time, because there are a lot of actors and actresses that were hired because they looked really good, but they didn't have to use their voices, so that wasn't a problem. But their voices weren't great, so when it switched to having more sound and voices in the movies, that caused problems for them. So it touches on that a bit, which I liked, and there's some fun moments there. And then the second plot has to do with this villa, is what it's called, in the south of France, was given to Maggie Smith's character by this person who passed away. It was in their will. And you sort of find out that they had met up once before, and the person who died, I guess, loved Maggie Smith's character in this. She had feelings, but did not go with them. Anyway, there's drama with that comes up, but you know, that was nice. And that is a bit of an issue for me with this movie, is those two plots, because one takes place at Downton Abbey in England, the other in the south of France, and they're not really connected all that much. So it was constant throughout a lot of the movie, just back and forth between the two, and there'd be times when it would cut back, say, to what was going on at Downton Abbey or in the south of France, just for like a minute or so, and then go back to the other stuff. And it's like, okay, let's just quickly go back here to check in, now let's go back to this plot. Didn't like that back and forth. It didn't feel quite as focused as the first one, which always stayed, well, had multiple stuff going on, it stayed at Downton Abbey. This just felt a little bit more on focus because they're totally different locations and constantly going back and forth. So that was sort of my biggest issue with this movie. Also, I did think it was a little long, but those were really my two main issues with this. Other than that, it was fun. Like, both plots themselves, even though I didn't love the back and forth, I thought they were fun. Actually, another issue I did have was the one in the south of France, when they're sort of inheriting or getting this villa from the person who passed away. That person had a wife and a son, and the son doesn't seem too bothered about passing the villa on to the others because he wants to honor his father's wishes, but the wife is not happy and is saying she's going to take it to court, which doesn't happen, but she's clearly not happy about it, and understandably so. But it wasn't really resolved. She just sort of has a last chat with her son where she's just unhappy about it, and I just wish there was more closure with that. Like, she came to some agreement or an understanding. There wasn't really any closure with that character, that little storyline. I wish there was for that. But other than that, it was fun. It had some good laughs, and for me in the first movie, the character Mosley had the best laugh, and I think he had the best one or two in this movie as well. Maggie Smith's character had some really funny moments too, and she always has throughout the series. And at the end of the first movie, they are setting up that Maggie Smith's character was going to be passing away soon, because I'm not sure how old that character is actually supposed to be, but I think at a point where you'd sort of have to just buy into it, like she wouldn't actually live, not likely actually live to be that old. But at the end of this movie, she does pass away, and they have a nice moment, or a few moments with that, some good heartfelt moments, which was really good. And the cast, as always, was really good in this. And similarly to the first movie, because it's not a whole series, like season with 10 episodes, it's a 2-hour or so movie. Some characters don't get a whole lot of screen time compared to what they would in a season, but you just have to go with it. It's a 2-hour movie. Not everybody's going to get the same amount of screen time as they used to, but all the characters still felt the same. No one's really missed a beat. For me, this was just the kind of movie you could just turn on, not think about too much, and have a good time. That was similar to the first movie. Like I said, if you want more drama, more depth, like the series had, the TV series, you may not enjoy this one too much because it doesn't go in for that level of drama. It's more just to have fun. So if you're looking for that, this may not be for you. But if you just want to have fun, or you are a fan of the series and just want to watch and see these characters again, be back in this world, you'll probably enjoy it. For me, I'd give this movie a 78%. Thought it was very solid. Again, not quite as good as the first movie in my opinion, but a very solid movie. So that'll do it for my review of Downton Abbey: A New Era. Stay tuned for some of my upcoming reviews. I should have one out in a little while for the next James Bond movie, Diamonds Are Forever, as well. I'm nearing the end of Stranger Things Season 4, so I'll have that review out shortly as well. I believe tomorrow, Prey, the new movie in the Predator franchise, is coming on to Disney+, so I'm hoping to watch that tomorrow. So hopefully, if I'm able to see it, have a review out for that on Saturday, maybe Friday evening, but probably Saturday. So stay tuned for those, and again, if you're new here, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And until my next video, take care everybody.